I'm Kristi.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Jim, and we are the Indermarks.
My husband Jim and I fostered and then adopted Kaylee.
Kaylee came to us when she was 7 weeks old. She had been removed from her birth parents because of substance abuse.
The Indermark family accessed many of our services along their journey. Early on, it was the Early Childhood Court program, helping to support biological parents.
We wanted Kaylee to maintain a positive relationship with both of her birth parents, especially her birth mom, Kristen. So we turned to the Florida Center for guidance. Working with the Florida Center staff, we felt heard. Every phone call we got from every case manager ended with, how can we help you? Is there anything else you need? And if we had needs, they met them. After 14 months, Kaylee went back to live with Kristen. The reunification was beautiful. Unfortunately, just prior to the reunification, Kristen was diagnosed with breast cancer, which means now that Kristen had to deal with chemo, sobriety, having a toddler, and working a job.
We were given the opportunity to take her for weekends, almost like grandparents, and get to keep her as part of our family and get to share with her and also help Kristen at the same time.
We got a phone call from the Sarasota Police Department, and they told us that they had Kaylee at the police department. It was terrifying. We didn't know what had happened to her. We do know that somebody had called the police that a toddler was wandering around alone in a park. Kristen had overdosed in the park, so I just hung up, immediately got in the car. It was 10 o'clock at night, drove down to the police station, came into the police station, and Kaylee is full of bug bites and in this soggy diaper, and just came running into my arms. And I knew at that moment she needed us to protect her. And so we did. We took her home.
I knew when she came back into our house the second time that she wasn't going to leave.
Kaylee was diagnosed with infant PTSD. The birth mom was entitled to visits, so we had to do visits every time we were there. We'd come home that night, it'd be night terrors. She would just scream the whole night long. It was hard. It was hard to watch. It was hard to participate in that. But we started therapy with the Florida Center right away. The therapist would come with us to the visits to make every visit get better and better and start rebuilding that relationship between Kaylee and her birth mom. So Kaylee had play therapy, but then also I got to go to therapy as well. I was able to share my honest feelings of the frustrations and the anger and the fear. They didn't tell me where I needed to be or how I needed to be. They just met me where I was, made me feel safe. Without the counseling of the Florida Center, I don't know how anyone would get through that situation. Fast forward a year or so, adoption's finalized, communication is going really well between birth parents and us, and it's time for Kaylee to start preschool. We realized she doesn't behave like the other kiddos. So again, we reach out to the Florida Center, and eventually Kaylee was diagnosed with Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder. That was terrifying. What do we do? And the Florida Center really was at the heart of that. So helpful in explaining, this is what this means. There are therapies. We can teach you all the things that you need. We were introduced to Families Moving Forward to help us understand how her brain works and how to parent that. Helps us to feel confident that we can handle any hurdle that comes along. In June of this year, Kristen succumbed to her breast cancer.
Kaylee was upset. She didn't know how to react. She didn't know how to process those feelings. And again, with the Florida Center's assistance, we got some guidance there. They recommended a program called the Blue Butterfly. So she got to go to this awesome camp, and it was a pretty positive experience where, she could process her feelings and move forward.
This child suffered significant trauma in her early age. I think the Florida Center has successfully wrapped around that family. We were able to help them through every stage of Kaylee's life. To see her now just bright and happy, functioning at the level she is, she's very intelligent. It's remarkable.
When I looked at Kaylee, I just see an awesome, really adjusted girl that's been through all kinds of things and coming out shining on the other side.
She can be anything she wants. She will tackle and conquer any challenge that comes her way. The Florida Center has become our family.
I mean, the Florida Center is a shining light in the darkness of the story that makes just makes it so beautiful at the end.
We wouldn't be the strong family unit that we are without the Florida Center.
Thank you, Florida Center.
You're so great. Good job.
That's awesome.